Shambhu from Cloud Tech. Thanks for joining this today's session. Today we'll explore about AWS S3, like a simple storage service. So let's see what we can do by using the AWS S3. So for that I have created one small PPT. So first of all, we need to understand what is the AWS S3, right? So S3 basically we use to store our object data in that bucket, and it's kind of inexpensive in the sense like it's a very minimal cost is very less, and in free tier account we have like almost 5 GB data we can get free, and there will be like a 20K get request and 20K put request, like inbound outbound request 20K, and those like, and also it's have like unlimited storage capacity. Like if you are going for pay tier, right, instead of free, right, then you will get more storage capacity, unlimited, as much data as you want to store you can keep in that bucket. And also this S3 is organized by AWS bucket. So then we need to understand like why AWS S3 we need, right? AWS S3 is required. Suppose you have created your own application, and that application now you have like suppose 10,000 user. Okay. And that application is running by only in India. Okay. Now what you are doing, like suppose you have an application running on EC2 instance, and on that EC2 instance, right, to store the data as a persistence, right, what we used to do, we used to keep, or we used to attach the elastic block storage, right, EBS, and by using that we used to manage that, right? Suppose think like suddenly your application go in such a way that it's access from anywhere from the globe. It's required to access, like it's a go in such a way that, like, think about like how Netflix or Dropbox, like how they grow, right? Think it's similar way your application also grow, right? Then you have to share or you have to scale your data in across the globe, right? So that it will be very easy if you have data in your S3 bucket, because S3 is very good in scalability and durability, and it's also on top of that it's very secure, right? As we know, right? So this kind of thing it's there, right? Also in terms of security, right? We know, right? There are some markets, some of the organization is there which all organization used to certified like okay, this is like in terms of security it is a good like PCI or high tech, right? Different kind of security is there, and durability, like I was saying, it has like a AWS S3 proven that 99.99% it's a durable. Okay. And it's access like an entire globe, right? From any region you can access that S3 bucket. It's kind in AWS, it's a kind of global service. Okay. Like use case, like I was saying, that one use case like real life application, that is the one use case. And suppose if you think you want to create one static web application, then you can choose that AWS S3. So that in my next subsequent video, I would like to show you like how we can create our static web application, or how you can host your web application in the AWS S3. And nowadays, one more good thing like analytics side. Analytics is required. Why? Because like everything, like every data, right? Whatever data like you are suffering internet, like by Google Chrome or whatever you are suffering, right? Suppose you are searching something like fees or refrigerator or something, right? In next to tab, if you open any other website, any something website, right? abc.com, there you could see like okay, that fees related advertisement from Amazon or Flipkart, it is displayed. How that could be possible? By using the analytics side. So those kind of data nowadays people are storing to make it fast analytics, right? People are storing data or in the AWS S3. And analytics, if it is storing the data in the S3, right? And like file sharing also across the globe, right? Think AWS is the global you can access, but your application think it is running on Virginia, right? So if that your bucket also located in the Virginia, right, then it will be very easy, or it will be very fast to access from that Virginia location the data for your application, right? So for that, file sharing, right, we used to do like nowadays by using AWS Lambda, like serverless architecture. Maybe in my subsequent video, I will show you how we can use the AWS Lambda for defined region bucket, right? How we can manipulate the data. So file sharing also very easy in a AWS S3. Like I was talking about, right? In EC2 instance, we used to store file on the EBS volume, right? Instead of that, if you store in the S3, that file you can scalable or you can share easily across the globe. So let me show you like how we can launch one AWS S3 bucket and how we can delete data, how we can upload data, and how we can create the bucket. Those things let me show you. So now I have already logged in AWS. So in the search, right, you just search the AWS S3. If you search S3, then it will show you like S3 bucket. Okay. So let me open this. So if you like to create bucket, right, in the right corner here on the create bucket option is there. So click on that create bucket. And bucket name must be the unique. And one more thing, like I was talking about, right? If you go to here, now I am in the region, right? If you see here the top corner, right? I am in the Virginia region, right? US East 1, right? Now, if you click on that service S3, right? Now it will change that region to global. Like I was talking about, right? The bucket should be the globally accessible and it's a global. Though we are specifying region for better accessibility or the network bandwidth, right? So for that purpose, but from any globe, from anywhere, you can access that, any region, okay? So let me give you the bucket name. Bucket name must be the unique entire AWS service and it should be the globally unique and it should not contain any like uppercase letter. All should be the lowercase letter. There are some rules about the bucket naming. If you click here, you can go through the rules. I will attach those details in my video description about this link so that you can take a look also. Suppose I am giving this three, something like that I am giving. And I am selecting which region I am now in the Virginia only. Any region you can select whichever you like to like, okay. And if you have already, suppose you have already one bucket, that bucket, whatever settings is there, right? That same, that only you want to take or you want to import that setting, you just click on that, then it will display which all bucket you have, right? If you select like this, it will import that. Okay. So now I'm not going to do, I will create a freshly one bucket. And then here two option object ownership, right? These are the recommendation to enable ALC enable, ALC disable. Like ALC kind of all object in this bucket are owned by this account. Access to this bucket and its object is specified using the only one policy. Okay. And this is the ACL enable this option. So these all I will maybe talk about more when I will talking about IAM or that policy, all this thing, right? That time I will talk about more of this. Then here the bucket permission, like it's what I have by default, it is a public disable. If you like you want to enable the ACL or ACLS like that, then also you can do that. But now by default, I will make it the all the public access is disabled. Okay. And then bucket versioning, right? You if you want to do the versioning, you can keep the versioning here, enable. Now I will go as the default option. And the tag is also optional if you like to give any tag, right? Who is creating bucket or who, what the purpose of this bucket, right? That you can specify it here. So that in if you have like when you will create multiple bucket, right? It will be easy to understand when you open that bucket by using the tag, you get to know like, okay, this bucket is for that purpose. Okay. So I have created now encryption. I am taking that default encryption, which is providing by AWS S3 key management and bucket key is enabled. Okay. Now click on create. In advanced settings also, we have some of the settings. If you like to get, you can take a look also, but I will keep as default. Okay. Now the bucket is created already. Now this is the my bucket just now we created. If you open this bucket, right, here's the object, what object you want to store and that property, right? All the property details you can see. This one more interesting thing is like ARN, right? ARN is the unique name that Amazon resource name. So this name basically we use like when you are using some policy or you are defining, right? That time we can use this name like, okay, this bucket for that particular user can use, or that purpose we can use this ARN. Okay, then different kind of permission whatever we get, right, those things. So let me show you how we can upload the data here. If you click on upload here, right, this on a button, right, or maybe you click on here, then it will, and then you can just click on add folder, then whatever you want to upload, right, you can upload. Just to click on upload, it will upload. It's very fast. It will be matter of few seconds. It will be done. So now the object is uploaded. If you like to create any folder, you can create a folder also. Suppose demo. Suppose US East 2, something like that. I gave one folder name. So if you like to create same folder also, same that encryption key I am using here. So now this is the folder, right? If you like to upload any data in the folder, that also you can do here. Same upload. Click on upload, permission all I will keep as default. So now this is done, right? Now go to here. See if you want to delete anything. So just select this one. Here different kind, copy S3 URL or URI or download or open or delete or multiple action. Download as what you want to move, whatever you want, right? There are different kind of options. You can check or tag, you want to modify metadata, you want to modify edit data, rename object, edit storage class, all different kind of option is available. Whichever based on your requirement you can do. Okay, suppose I want to delete this object, you just click on delete. It will give you that one confirmation like in the AWS, like you want to delete if you really like to delete, then you have to type here like permanent delete, then it will allow Amazon like to delete that object. And if you want to delete this bucket, right, suppose if you have any object in that bucket, right, we can't delete actually. Suppose I have this object, right, demo, this folder, right, if suppose I want to delete this bucket, right, it won't allow. First what we need to do, we need to delete that object, whatever object is there, right. If I click directly delete, right, it will give the error. First empty this bucket, then only you are good to delete this bucket. So for that, what we need to do, first select this bucket and then empty this bucket. Then it will ask like permanent delete or not, same like how earlier we delete, right? Same thing. Then it will delete. Now you are good to delete that bucket. If you want to delete now this bucket, so then you are good to delete this bucket. Let's go to that bucket. Now my bucket is empty, right? If you click here, right, nothing is there. So now we can delete easily. Just select this bucket and here delete. Or if you want to copy the ARN, you can copy that ARN also. Click on delete. So now if you like to delete bucket, right, they are like one confirmation AWS is asking like, please enter your bucket name before deleting that bucket. So now I gave the bucket name. So if you click on delete, now in few seconds it will be deleted. Now I have only one bucket, right? So like this, we can play around this bucket, and in my subsequent video, I will show you how we can create a static web application by using that bucket, or maybe how we can data manipulation we can do by using serverless architecture by using AWS Lambda. So if you like this video or if you have any feedback or comment, please put in that in the comment section, or like if you like, please share with your friends, and if you like, please subscribe my channel so that it will really help to me to it will be really inspired to me to create this kind of topic. And thanks for joining this today's session, and I will see you in that next video. Bye.